here real quick, just something to think about, is that if he has the knife, again, and if he grabs a hold of me, and I just start playing, and I'm just running around, merry-go-rounding him, I get nothing out of that. Because he's able to move as fast as I am. So we have to do what we call, an attitude first, what my teacher taught me is moving up the circle. And when I talk about moving up the circle, all I'm saying here is you notice that my feet, I am right forward right now. Why? Because that's the foot that's closest to you. And all I'm doing here is I'm actually leaving that foot in place and then moving this foot up this circle. Now I've moved away from all those things. And I can move one foot a little faster than he can move that. So we're not going to go hard, right? So if I'm going to ring around the rosy here, we're having a hard time. But if I start moving up the circle, he starts having a hard time. See what I'm doing here? Now he can get to me eventually. So I don't have all day. But if I move up the circle, see what I did to your wrist? Not quite as comfortable. Try that and see what it works for you. Okay? It's the same thing. Forward. All right, you already felt a little bit there, right? So you don't have to feel a whole lot. But what happened? How many times do you get to move up the circle before you figure something out? Remember, gets enough. You only get 2-3 chances. If I stand here and I go a 1, a 2, what's coming on 3? He goes down again, and I shank him in there. Same thing here, right? If he puts a hand on me and he's gonna knife me, I get a 1, a 2, and then something else goes down, and I gotta recognize that. If I know that, then what's my go number? 2. Either 2 or 3, right? So that first one I might go no, second one I go no, but the third one I better have something else in the tank. What have you found that's worked well for you, John?
On a knife?
Yeah, I mean, so if you move up the circle, if you're going to use that leveraging arm, what's worked?
To clear it, we always will kind of push to clear it. So if we're turning, pushing the elbow or clearing off stripping off that side, stripping it out, pushing away outside, slamming the elbow, slamming the arm.
The 2 ways that I found that kind of work, if I use you, that are my favorites. So if he's got a knife in his hand, best way is to prevent this from getting an anchor. If I could simply parry this, now I'm in charge for a second, right? Because he's going to overcommit, so he's trying to grab a hold of me, and if he grabs me, he's pushing me, and now, oh gosh, I'm in trouble, right? But if I'm like, hey man, I'm property comes in, and I'm able to slip it before it happens, guess what I've got here? Guess what that really was? That was a functional arm drag, right? So in my system, if that's a parry or whatever, if I parry that sucker and I can do all these kinds of things, but really if it's coming and I go, hey man, oh geez, good Lord, and I'm gone, right? Is that okay? Yeah. It's not bad, but if he gets a hold of me, now I'm in big deep kimchi, right? So I have to work outside this. Okay, so if I'm super captain martial arts and I can pin this hand here and hit this elbow here and break that elbow, can I maybe do that? Yeah. What if he's slightly short armed though? It's harder, but you know what's not harder? I can actually use this. If this is up here and I get this arm here, and at least here, notice, if you come around here, you see that I've got his wrist under here and I've got him up on his elbow.
And his toes.
And that stretches out all this stuff. Now, can I come back into him here and start hitting? If I hit in here, through into his liver, back into his kidneys, that's going to create some damage and have some fun. I'm not going to hit you hard, okay? I'm just not going to do that. That's ugly, okay? But if I come up and bang back into him, now I'm going to probably get him to spasm and let this go. At the very least, is he going to stab me when I plumped him real hard there? Now, for a second, right, I'm going to make him think about something else. So remember in that 5 piece plus 1, that distract is bang. If you're thinking about, oh my gosh, because your liver's over here. But if I hit through here and go get it, then you go, oh, that sucked. Now I can do things. Now if he shortens up, watch, this is interesting. If he's shortened up, here when it was long, I went up like this, and up it went. Here, if he kind of shortens up and I do this, and I'm doing the same thing. Now how does that feel on your shoulder? This is not fun on your shoulder, right? It's not going to give me forever, and I have less going on in here, but I still can get him away from me. Am I okay being here for a second?
Sure.
Can I pick up and kick him in his stomach, bang, and hit him in the face from here? I might be able to. So feel the difference, right? So if he locks his elbow out, if I'm the bad guy here, and I lock this elbow out, and okay, wait a minute. But if I shorten here, geez, it's actually even worse. If it's here, I'm feeling pressure on the elbow. If it's here, I'm feeling pressure on the shoulder. I actually, as the bad guy, I hate this one more. But the fun part is as I move up the circle, I do the same thing. I'm not trying to put my hand on the elbow. I'm not trying to put my hand, I'm just pressing up. Just get up and move. Then you can try with your partner, see what the ballet feels like. Oops, sorry. No, you're okay. Oh, see, that was important. See how you went on this side of my elbow instead of that one? So if you get me on this other side, you can feel pretty quick. But as long as you keep moving up, you're okay. Right? So if you missed it here, it's okay because you're seeing it. And then, there it is. Dude, that
I mean, but it depends on their arm too.
Well, what you kind of need to do is remember this Americana and manipulate turns. Yeah, now there's a lot more.
I'm gonna hit something.
So we're talking like.
I'm having broken leg.
I know.
You're not wearing a cuff, I forgot.
Yeah, I feel like you're kind of close.
I'm a kick If for whatever reason, this isn't working, and now I gotta come over the top to get here. Now the thing that I want to do at this point, me personally, is, great. So if he wants to let that hand go, I'm gonna let him and go right back to what we were doing before. I'm dominating here and getting over this side and trying to keep this dang knife away from him, right? Okay, I defeated that arm. I think if my first inclination though, if he grabs me and my first inclination is to go over, I feel slow.
And for me, to go low is hard because if I'm in America and the guy is a stocky guy, it's going to be hard for me to take his base than it is for me to lock his arm.
I will say this, that one thing we were working on is before we got the leveraging arm, do I like the across bicep tie or do I like the straight bicep tie? If I'm going to use that with the leveraging arm and I'm going to swim over, my only hope is the straight bicep tie. I don't have the space up here to get to it because he can leverage me forward and up. Right? Now, if there is some, if he grabs a hold of me and instantly pulls me in, over the top might be the best thing. It might be. Because he's giving it to me, right? He's giving me that spot. If he pushes me out like this, I got a long way to go to get over the top.
Or it's how, depends on what he gives you. If he gives you this and he's locking the way out, this is not with these arms, it's not happening. It's not going to happen, right? But if I'm trying to get in here, right, I just poke him a little bit or whatever, I'm trying to get here and I can get this, then maybe I can get here. But this still feels like I'm going through a wall. Whereas if I can kind of get in here and make him uncomfortable a little bit, whatever, maybe I can get a hold of something. I feel like it's going to depend on what he gives me. If he gives me this, I can't get over it. I just don't have the, maybe you can, but I don't feel like I can break through this. I feel like I'm trying to run through a fence. Whereas if I get in here, and he gives me this a little bit, and he's starting to go that way, right? Ideally, I'm going to get in here, and he's going to give me this, something like this. And I'm going to have some chance to play with his base or whatever, and then I can get here. But I don't think it's going to show up statically. I think and I feel like what John is saying is the leveraging arm is here. It's out here.
He's got you leveraged in some way because he's got a hold of you with that hand, whether it's short, whether it's long, whether it's in the middle, and it's going to change. It's going to be so dynamic.
So as soon as in order to get over the top, it has to stop being the leveraging arm. It has to start being something else. We have to get in a little closer here, and I gotta see this opening. Yeah.
It's anchoring.
Yeah. At this point, I gotta see a different opening, and I still have to try to get here or whatever. And now the game is different.
Well, and you probably what I'm seeing there, Candace, and what you're doing is that if he's got a hold here and it's short, but his elbow's in this way, he's tucked in here and it's tight. I want to probably stay this way on it. But if he opens that out at all, now I can get around to it. Now I can run a seatbelt. Right? Once I can run a seatbelt on him, go ahead and try to stab me. Have at it. Pull the hand back. And guess what I'm doing the whole time? Right? I'm going, there's a seatbelt. We're going over the back here. You know what I mean? So this is one I think we really can pressure test. But we don't go hard. Because hard breaks bodies, right? So, again, if I have my knife on me and I go, which knife? Just 2, 3, nice and slow. Don't put yours away. Okay. Okay? So again, I'm not going to give you to you. You gotta decide what you're going to do here. Okay, I think that would have at least got me something. Keep going with it. So you feel like you can get away with it. Okay? So we're workshopping. We found something. John found something that I think is really, really interesting.
So one of the things we're talking about, when we're returning this way to break grip and to get around, we kind of come to the problem of, what if he's stiff arming? How do I going behind the arm? Sometimes I may not work, or I can't get around, he's too fast. But one of the things we got to remember, right, is this has got to keep this off of me long enough to deal with this. And so what we're trying to figure out is, once I deal with it, keep it off of me for a second, I can do the turn that John was talking about a second ago, turning to get a different angle, and then if I can't lift here, I can go under that top to get on the knife, over it, or to here, or whatever. But that is dealing with that leveraging arm by turning your body,
getting away from it, and then getting over it.
And now it's on top of it. Now it's trapped. He can't push me off because he don't have enough leverage to push off.
I've lost all my leverage.
And then, if the only way he can get leverage on it, if he disengages and pushes my head or whatever to make space, now I got space to clear.
I really think too, as the bad guy, when you start doing that and really testing, I'm stuck on him. I'm holding on to him and I'm stuck. I have to. It's very hard emotionally for me to let go of this because it's an anchor point. Now I will at some point, but now you can do all these things. He come around, seatbelt me from here. Oh crap! Now I'm in real trouble, right? So we've said in previous ones that working to the outside of the leveraging arm tends to work best for me. So we'll get it a second, and as we were workshopping today, what we really found is, especially if there's size disparity and the defender is smaller than the attacker, then the move up the circle is to swim over the top to get both hands on that, and that's an interesting thing to try. And probably the best results we've had today is working out. So try it. Instead of me waiting for the leveraging arm, I saw it coming. I had the time. Because you guys are feeling this. Once he starts attacking you, okay, you're carrying a folding knife on you. What do you got? What do you got? That folding knife just went into a time warp into another dimension, right?
So the one in my pocket?
Yeah, the one in your pocket.
No,
It's
no time to get it.
gone, right?
Yeah.
So okay, but let's just kind of say in that moment, as I saw it brewing or whatever, I went, no, got that sucker out. I'm playing here. I get to see it coming, and he's like, hey, give me your wallet. And I'm like, nah, man. Okay. So how have things changed in the dynamic?
It's on equal footing.
So now he didn't have a force advantage, right?
Or a distance advantage.
Or a distance advantage. How am I emotionally now?
A little calmer.
At least we're in a fair fight.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know a bunch of stuff. I don't know how good he is with that knife. He could be a Kali master, right? Hopefully this Kali master is not a terrible human being and wants to shiv me, right? But I don't know how good he is. And again, I probably, unless I've really been studying for years and years and years, what's my knife knowledge at this point? Little, okay? So simple things. I get it. Everybody's got their thing. I'm going to teach you my grip that we see people not lose knives. Every time I see people with a thumb on back of knife, they lose those knives once we start going hard. They just do. So I see these guys that do this stuff, and they're using this top over, to kind of thumb in. But the problem with that is that this knife is gonna stick into it, right? So it hits him, and it goes in, and then I'm gonna stick it. Oh, and then it hits the end of my thumb. You ever just bonk your thumb like that? Guess what happens? You jam your thumb, now you lost your grip strength. Best thing that I've seen, Cecil Birch and Larry Lindemann really reinforced this to me. Just grip it like your fist. So that's thumb topped and back in. This is not a articulate grip. I'm not doing. I'm not carving. I'm not slicing. I am a caveman. You have sharp stick go pull. Okay. Now then, you study Kali, you study Eskrima, guy starts feeding you attacks. Yup, so there we go, right? Oh, okay, I'm gonna start slicing and dicing and cutting him up. Nothing but respect, okay? However, I think that in the end of things, it's far more visceral than that. What am I trying to do here with my knife? I try to keep him off me, is really what it is. This is my get off me tool. Am I real interested in knife fighting with someone? So I got 2 bits that I'm really after, okay? First things first is, I want you to just feel with your partner, just feel a little bit. Do I like having my knife hand be my rear hand against another knife wielder, or do I want my knife hand to be my front hand? So grab your partner and feel.
So you have 2 people that have a knife with a force equalizer. The leveraging arm is taken out of the equation.
Because the second I go, yeah, he's just gonna stab me in my armpit, right? Or in my guts or whatever. If I know he's got a knife, my leveraging arm evaporates because this arm now becomes a liability and not an asset. So what did you find? Do you like, now you've got a lot of Kali, a little decade of it. And so do you like your knife hand forward or rear? Why do you like rear?
This is my give me hand, this is my shield hand, this is my
Your feeder?
this is what this is my giving, this is my protection, and this is my struggle.
Okay, what do you like?